Burp, burp. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream today. So, today we are continuing our adventure in Callahan's Crosstime Saloon. Last week we started this game and I had a lot of fun with it, so I wanted to get back to it and then continue. Usually when I play retro and indie games, I reserve one block for each. And I play through as much as I can, and then I say, yep, that's a good demonstration of what this game is like, moving on. But with Callahan's Crosstime Saloon, it was fun enough and sort of optimistic enough that I feel like completing it. I feel like going through it and trying to finish it, seeing how we can do, seeing if we can figure out the adventure game moon logic here. So yeah, that should be fun. Okay. Let me look at this quick. So the reason that we had a little bit of a late start today is because there was a little bit of a hiccup on the technical level. Had to do with my OBS configuration, unfortunately. But yeah, we're all set with that now. And we are all good. So yeah, we're going to get back into it. So to remind everybody, last time we did our first little anthology adventure in the game, which was to help Josie save a particular really good kind of chocolate that was about to be destroyed for the sake of pencils. So we disrupted a pencil company and basically saved that kind of chocolate. And it was a little bit weird because there was like all sorts of weird stuff there. That was like, there was like a Brazilian temple there that was like a temple to the chocolate tree, and it had like a puzzle where the end result of the puzzle was making like a Taoist style yin yang symbol. So the messaging of this game is a little bit jumbled. I will say that it's kind of funny to see these weird parts meshing together. But yeah. So that was fun. We've completed one adventure out of a few you can do in this game. And we're going to go in and try to do some more. So let's get this started up. Ooh.
I should tell you, I spend
all right.
Okay, 10. Excellent. Is there no?
Okay. So we can restore our game here. Callahan. When we last left you, you were rocking your brains at Callahan's place. A little message. Okay. These guys are still having their conversation. There's Mike Callahan. Some bar people. There's Mickey Finn. Oh, I wonder what's up with Squish.
Hello, human being?
We can talk to him about the thing we just did.
Never tasted chocolate. I do not remember.
chocolate.
You break off a small piece of chocolate and hold it out to Squish. Squish's tongue flicks around it from a variety of angles before encircling it and pulling it into his mouth. A moment later, it's expelled forcefully from his nose, flies across the bar, ricochets off the back of Tommy Jansen's head, and lands in the sink.
Didn't care for it?
On my planet, we shampoo with it.
Shampoo of chocolate.
Human being?
How'd you happen to wander in tonight?
For reasons unknown to me, this structure appeared on my monitor. Other Earth structures do not appear. This seemed worthy of investigation. Perhaps it was an anomaly.
Not
A anomaly.
Hello, human.
So, how's things on the home world?
My world, very confused. Civilization there is, wait, doing conversion.
I think we talked about this last time.
Inside,
Yeah, inside the spaceship was an enormous asteroid.
So you thought you were living on a planet, but it's
Yeah.
a spaceship made to look like a planet, and the core of your planet is an asteroid inside the spaceship.
that is scientist.
Huh. You'd think with all that advanced thing. Yes.
I was.
Okay, and last thing.
Tell me about your race.
Our planet is our system for government is and our chief exports are and what else would you like to know?
Why are you visiting Earth?
Squish's eyes begin to dribble tears freely, and small orange blots break out on his nose and cheeks.
I believe you've embarrassed him.
Maybe they need women.
Good luck.
Squish wipes his eyes with the back of a claw.
If I explain,
Ooh, here we go. Yeah, why not?
Yes.
are you prepared to help me?
Does he have to decide right this moment?
No. I will be here for an indefinite period of time. You may inform me of when you are prepared to hear me out and help me.
Alright, let's just go for it.
Nope. Let's go for it now. Anything else I need to do here can wait till I get back.
Wish's eyes begin to flow freely again, this time probably out of gratitude. Whatever this guy's been sitting on, it's been burning a hole in his heart. Oh.
I've already told him about the option, so he knows the routine.
Sure enough, sniffling and fidgeting, Squish ambles over to the chalk mark. Everyone shuts up. Some of them even recognize Squish's attempt to clear his throat.
To self-determination.
He throws his glass into the fireplace.
Do I reveal now?
You don't have to say a word if you don't want to.
I very much want to. I come from a planet that your scientific community has not yet discovered. We have been keeping it a secret from your race for tens of millions of your Earth weekends. We have been observing the progression of your technology. You are now showing early signs of movement within space. The are alarmed that your maturation is not commensurate with your technological ability. Your technology is used for the subjugation and destruction of your own kind. This has not been our desire to impede your exploration of all that is beyond your planet. But we have attempted to lessen the aggression that remains within you. Within the orbit of your planet, we have...
Hello, Bryn Holden, welcome.
Unoccupied satellite.
How are you doing?
Satellite emits a pulse. Targeted.
He directs a look of confusion at Mickey Finn.
Squish isn't too familiar with the language yet. The satellite he's talking about emits a pulse tuned to the molecular frequency of the hormone testosterone. Somehow, the pulse makes the
Wait,
hormone
hold on.
though he himself isn't sure
I
whether
want
the
this tech.
testosterone undergoes a shift that renders it inert or lessens its effect, or if it is actually
I want this
leached in
tech.
some fashion
Give me this tech.
from the human body.
You and Noah exchange a glance. This would explain the recent downturn in bombings and terrorist activity.
Maybe that's why I've been a little off. It certainly explains why I've been a little less testy.
Oh, very funny. You couldn't even make a hormone with that one.
Why are you telling us about this, Squish?
Too many
We've
puns.
had illegal aliens seeking asylum here.
I cannot refuse the will of the executable justice. I, however, still retain the ability to speak out against the action taken against your planet. To my mind, subjugating a planet in the name of peace results in a false peace.
If you're
Alright,
looking
is
for
it,
that solution, you're going to need to help us find a way to
Thanksgiving
destroy that
related by any
satellite.
chance?
You know that, don't you?
I am here as its on-site installation technician. The interconnection of my mind with that of the Zizzle prevents me from overt interference.
Ah, I thought so. Squish digs into a pocket and extracts something that looks vaguely like a keychain. He flings it to the bar, sliding it several feet away from him.
Oops. Now I have lost the key to my shuffle.
Squish, what would happen if somebody other than the then one of
can't
your
pronounce
people
it.
took your shuttle? Could they destroy the satellite with it?
No, the shuttle offensive systems will not fire upon friendly hardware. But, theoretically, if one were to dismantle the correct emitter circuitry and render it inoperable, the Zickler might not be able to detect this. But if I were to find out about it, I could not help but report it.
Well, I think I'll go outside, get some air.
You immediately walk over towards the bar. Squish pretends to notice some dirt under his claw as you quietly fold your fingers around the keychain and slip your hand into your pocket.
Think I'll go with you.
Maybe I'd be a better choice.
Oh, I figure I got more personal stake in this than you do.
Squish, about that shuttle of yours. Let's say someone were to steal it, heaven forbid. How would they operate something so foreign?
We are just talking theoretically, correct?
Naturally.
There would be nothing to be afraid of, even for a human pilot. The shuttle capabilities are limitable. The controls are obvious, so it may require some experimentation to understand their functions. The circuitry will not allow you to cause damage to yourself, nor take you beyond orbit.
Hey,
Let's be careful out there.
Okay, so we have a new task to do. So let's do as we said. Let's go outside, get some fresh air here. Here's the door. Okay. Should be a vehicle around here. So I've got Noah with me, so I can ask him about stuff.
We taking off?
Momentarily, just making my goodbyes.
Okay. I'm not seeing anything conspicuous. Maybe we gotta... Squish's keyring features a holographic chip with his likeness, spiky green beard and matching teeth, sagging pulpy face, huge liquid eyes, and his 4 standard issue arms. It also has a small pad with a square button and a small tube of glowing fluid for finding your keys in the dark. What if we use it? You push the button on Squish's keyring, and the ground trembles for a moment as a large spaceship warps into view. Here we go. Yep, that's what we had to do. It's got like a nice classic looking flying saucer there.
Wow, I want one of those.
Yeah, I'm assuming we get on this platform. You step on the platform, Noah right behind you, and it whisks you into the shuttle. Okay. The platform seals itself into the floor of the saucer. That's odd, you think. The saucer looks enormous from the outside, but is horrifyingly cramped on the inside. The race that created such a craft either has never learned how to properly harness the warping of space. Most races glom onto the fact that it's better to make something look smaller outside and be larger inside. Or they simply never learned to pack properly. Noah walks over to one of two seats in front of what appears to be a control panel. A moment later, when the vertigo of being pulled 50 feet in the air on a large serving platter with no visible means of support passes, you take the other seat. Meanwhile, back at Callahan's place...
Gee, do you think I could have told him how to work the controls? Nah, he'll figure it out. You think?
You see anything like a driver's manual?
Not offhand, even if I did, would it be in English?
Good point. Think Squish would give us a driving lesson?
That might be a little too obvious for the Hive. We don't know if he can even get away with leaving the keys.
So?
So, we'll have to wing it. Squish did say it was idiot-proof.
Yeah, one idiot. There's two of us.
Seriously, I think we can pretty much do what we want. Squish said we couldn't really hurt anything, so let's poke around for a while and see what happens, and maybe we can figure it out.
Hey, you have the con.
Aye, Captain.
Hey, Captain. What are all these buttons for? The wide control panel is no doubt perfectly comprehensible to an alien mind, but the symbols and organization are completely unfamiliar to you. Yep, that figures. Let's just press buttons. What's that do? Are we going out? The shuttle smoothly glides away from Callahan's roof and sweeps up and into the exosphere at astonishing speed. You barely feel a pull inside the cabin, and the engine's mellow hum gives little clue to the extraordinary power at work.
So, that must have been the takeoff button.
Uh-huh. It looks like another one lit up. What if I press the one that lit up? Oh, okay. That takes me right back, so I can get back easily. Let's try that again. I'm assuming blue ones probably won't do anything, but let's see. Let's experiment here. Nothing. Yeah, blue ones aren't gonna do anything, I don't think. That ain't doing anything. What do these do? There's a hum through the shuttle, and the display shows a field appear. Given that this is probably a cloaking or shielding button, you surmise that the green buttons are concerned with offense-defense. And judging from the complexity of the ray above it, the red buttons are probably navigational controls. Okay. There's a hum through the shuttle, and the display shows a field appear. Okay. Well, let's turn that stuff off for now. We might need it later, but... Okay, let's see. What did that do? Small speaker broadcasts the faraway crackle of cosmic radiation. Oh. That's moving stuff around. Ooh, this has got to be like some sort of navigation thing. Like this is selecting the place to go. Yeah, red button has got to be embark. So let's see. Okay. So we're looking for like a satellite, I think. Yeah, that should be it. That looks like a satellite. I'm guessing the screen button is probably what we need to do. No. What's this do? Ah. Let's keep increasing this until something else happens, maybe. Ooh, that changed. What will that do? Hey, we made it. Looks like we're going in there. Okay. What's left here?
I
could use some help with these controls.
Hey, get me to something with live wires you need taken apart. I'm your man. But I've spent no time in alien whistles.
You know as much about these controls as I do.
Exactly. Your guess is as good as mine. If I start playing with the controls and you start playing with the controls, that's one too many people playing with the controls. I'll let you know if I think you're going to do anything dangerous.
Okay, fair enough. Doohickey.
I'm not sure, but I think I've read enough science fiction to feel moderately certain that these are probably instruments of some sort.
You really want to stick your neck out that far, eh?
Possibly.
Oh, wait, there's an air freshener here. I remember those. They used to be really popular. I'm sure they're still around, but they used to be everywhere. Let's take it. Nice. Let's see what else is here I might have missed. Seat
I guess
belts.
2 seat belts are necessary for a strapping lad like Squish.
Yes, with that larger brainstem, his spine could buckle at high speeds.
You strap on your own belt, an automatic precaution you've been taking for a long, tired time. When Noah doesn't do the same, you leave over again automatically.
Pardon me, Jake, but I'll handle my own seat belts, thanks. I'm not ready to take our relationship to a higher plane.
Is that supposed to be shuttle diplomacy?
What else is in here? Magazines. Either Squish is obsessed with testosterone or he's a bodybuilder. He's got copies of Men's Glandular Monthly, the house organ of the American Testosterone Association. Thick Neck Quarterly, Men's Muscles, with a pull-out guide, 6 weeks to distended veins and ropey neck cores, and a periodical for jacks. You leaf through the magazines and find the articles to be short, simplistic, and amazingly similar. Within 3 minutes, you're finished reading 6 articles on how to get washboard abs in 4 minutes a day, 3 articles on how to trim your waistline in 5 minutes a day, 2 articles about how to get a complete workout in 6 minutes a day, and a quiz to find out if you're really cheating on your wife or just trying to revitalize your sex life. What else is in here? A monitor. It takes you several minutes to dope it out, and Noah is no help because he's not a computer user. But you finally identify this program as Quicken for Superior Alien Races 1.0. They bought a first version. Maybe they're not as smart as they think they are. Oh, there's snacks. Next to that can of Ebola Cola is a bowl full of cheese flubs. The cheese that makes you go, oops. You pump a cheese flub in your mouth, and the full, rich flavor of irradiated cheese product powder melts on your tongue. That's why you love processed foods. No pits, no C's, no worms, no unpleasant surprises. At least not enough to actually see, except for the occasional finger or vermin portion. That a can. Squish's soft drink of choice seems to be anything from Florida's Boca-Cola Company, including Mocha-Cola, Take-A-Cola, Yoka-Cola, and your personal favorite, Almondroca-Cola. There's some books here. An interesting selection of Earth literature, including Stick Out Your Jaw, Roll Your Eyes, and Strike a Pose, a guide for comedians by Jim Carrey. It's some trash. Noah is watching, which makes you just the tiniest bit reluctant to dig wholeheartedly through the primary trash. So you pretend to drop Squish's keyring into the pile, and as you retrieve it, overturn some of the bigger chunks. You find nothing. Yeah, it's kind of refreshing. There's a large volume of writing in this game, and most of it is a little bit clever and witty. Mostly punny. But yeah. There was a time where some companies were doing like this sort of witty wordplay writing in adventure games especially, and I do kind of miss that. Let's see what else is here. Linoleum steel. Alien races are always able to combine Earth materials in ways that Earthlings never dreamt of or wanted. For instance, this here floor is made of linoleum steel, which has all the strength of linoleum, but is cold and rusts like steel. A doorway comprised of 4 identical segments takes up one end of the shuttle. Okay, we've arrived. What if we open it? You reach out to the hatch looking for a button or panel or some other way to open it. The moment your fingertips touch the surface, a high-pitched buzz suggests that you're trying to do something that you can't do. Maybe you need to be docked with the satellite rather than just floating aside it. Oh, there we go. That's what we need to do here. We need to dock. We gotta find a way to dock here. You proudly proclaim to Noah that you've read more than enough graphic novels to recognize a subsystem bypass attenuator when you see one. You access the main power supply. The unit begins to click softly. A moment later, a thin ribbon of smoke drifts off out of a small grill on the panel.
Hey, new car smell.
Okay. Back to these controls. Let's figure out what lets us dock here. There is a red one here, so maybe it's that? Here we go. After the docking procedure, you unfasten your seatbelt and realize for the first time that you're weightless.
Incredible. I've always wondered what this would be like.
Just be grateful you haven't gotten sick yet. Chances are we both will, and that could get messy.
Fortunately, there are plenty of things to hold on to, and the space is cramped, making it easier to move yourself around without floating out of control. Okay. So now we're docked, so we might be able to open this now. There we go. You touch the hatch. Before we go, let's just double check there isn't anything. Huh. What's this? A black plastic sushi takeout tray sits amid the garbage. You search the tray, but the only leftover fish is a half-eaten uni cup. And the only thing more distasteful to you than uni is uni that's been sitting around for who knows how long, being digested by alien bacteria. As you never know when you might need some month-old showings of marinated ginger, you take the sushi takeout tray. As you do, you catch a whiff of the moldering ginger. You toss the tray away in horror and retain just the palm leaf as your souvenir. Okay, so we've got a fake palm leaf out of that. I think we've checked most other things. Okay. Let's go. Emerging from the shuttle, you and Noah find yourself floating weightlessly at one end of a long corridor. What's around here? Something interesting looking. Yeah, let's just go forward here. Oh, there is this. What's this do? Did that change anything? Oh yeah, it just closes the door behind me. Okay, fair enough. Go forward then. Oh, huh. That's not good. You cross the threshold into the corridor. Immediately, it fills with a vapor that reminds you of the pine-scented sawdust your grade school janitors used, only 100 times stronger. Your eyes tear uncontrollably, your stomach heaves, and your lungs feel as if you'd stuck your head in a bucket of glowing embers and inhaled deeply. You stumble back out of the corridor, unable to make more than a meter's progress. After a while, your eyes and lungs clear and your skin stops burning. Meanwhile, back at Callahan's place...
Say, do you think I should have told him how to get past the decontamination procedure? What am I saying? He'll get through it in no time.
Yeah, sure, Squish. You couldn't mention any of this stuff? Okay, well... We've got an air freshener and a fake palm leaf. So that's gotta count for something, right? What if we wear it? Oh no, but you broke the string when you pulled it off the windshield. We can't wear it anymore. Now you can wedge your face into your pocket and get the sensation of being deep within a pleasantly scented pine forest. About the fake palm leaf. Looking at the decorative strip of green plastic produces in you a surge of righteous indignation. For the price that most Japanese restaurants charge for a two-piece serving of sushi, you can buy a pound of fish, and yet they insult you by serving fake garni. Won't even give you a real sprig of the stuff. Is that cheap or what? Yeah, no, right? Acting as if you were auditioning for a Pauly Shore movie, you stick the fake palm leaf in your mouth. The spiky ends protrude like teeth. Oh, what you wouldn't give for a rear view mirror, you cut up you. Your teeth are as green and sharp as squishes. Okay. Maybe there's something back on the ship I can use. Let's see. Mouse around, looking for something that looks promising. Okay. Hold up. Storage cabinet. Rusty battered cabinet of alumiplasto plywood is built in the base of this panel. You pull the cabinet door open. Inside, looking moldy and dusty, are a pair of long hooked gloves, which you take and then shut the cabinet door. Okay. Oh, there's a locker too. Ooh, here we go, Eva stuff. You pull the helmet from the locker, knock a few tiny multi-legged robotic spiders from it, and carry it with you. A bulky suit, looking muchly like the suits astronauts wear on spacewalks, is stuffed into the locker. It's jammed too tightly in the locker to be picked through. You should even be picking through it in the first place, right? You pop the wet palm leaf out of your mouth before speaking.
Squish loaned me the shuttle. I'm merely helping clean it out.
Huh?
Wasn't talking to you.
You pull the big, stuffed, bulky suit out of the locker.
My God, look.
It's still unwrinkled.
Hey, this really must be a superior race.
Yes, and it explains why they never had to learn to pack properly.
Okay, this all looks promising. You poke around to the corners and find nothing but a few little scraps of the fiber carbonate frame from which the shuttle pieces had to be detached before being assembled. Okay. I think now we got everything. Okay, we just wear it then. Don we now? Alright, Eva apparel. Holding your breath, afraid of what the helmet smells like from the inside, you lower it onto your head. The smell is indeed horrific. Being a cross between sushi and something like root beer, but at least it fits. Okay. Let's search while we're wearing it. You search the Eva suit carefully and find a whole lot of very long, very narrow pockets. You poke around in them as well as you can until you discover that you're really not equipped to search in these pockets without some sort of tongs. Nevertheless, with a lot of effort, you finally manage to grasp the idea that somebody must be playing a nasty trick on you. Then, just when you're ready to give up, you find an object in one of the pockets, and you're able to slip it out and into your hand. What are you clicking again for? Don't you get it? Oh, you find a tube. And something that looks like a contact lens case. Okay, okay. What else do we have again? Oh, we need to put these on too. You put the pair of gloves onto the ends of your sleeves where they lock into place. Okay. What else do we need? Yeah, I think that will be enough. Let's go. You enter the corridor again. Once more, you find the vapor powerfully toxic. Barely able to pull yourself out of the corridor before passing out, you find you have to rest even longer before getting to your feet again. Still not quite there. The decontamination gas is still leaking into the suit through one or more of the 4 armholes. Oh! I guess we need another pair of gloves then. Huh. Where am I gonna find another pair? Let's look at some of these weird machines. They might be able to help. Ew, this looks like a quantum state matter IO phase pump. Okay.
This something or other bears all the traditional markings of a Corbomite diagnostic rectifier, down to the little flap covering the small niche.
Closer examination reveals that the something or other is very soiled and heavily used, much more so than other pieces of equipment on board. So what if we turn it on? You don't find any sort of on-off switch, but you stick your hand into the niche. Immediately, your hand is bathed in a weird light, so you pull your hand out again before it can be fried or removed or anything. Apparently, the only way to activate this device is to put things into it. Ah, okay. So let's test it with something. How about a pencil? You put the pencil into the niche, the flap shutting behind it. From around the flap, you see purple light shimmer for a moment. The light shuts off and you remove the pencil, which seems a little the worse for the wear. A paler blue light fills the niche and a pencil appears inside. You take the duplicate pencil and examine it. The duplicate is not as good. It's less comfortable to hold, the eraser is crumbly, and either the lead's too thin or the bore's too wide, because the lead just spins around uselessly in the middle when you try to write with it. Tossing the useless duplicate in the garbage, you think for a moment of how much we take for granted the precision of the modern pencil. Yeah, no kidding. Ooh, but that gives me an idea. So we got gloves, right? What if we put them in there? We don't necessarily need the second pair to be perfect, we just need it to be airtight. The gloves just fit inside the niche. As soon as the flap closes, a bright purple light goes on inside the niche. In a few seconds, the light shuts off. You reach inside the niche and pull out the gloves, which seem like they've been stonewashed, but still fundamentally intact. A moment later, a paler blue light fills the niche, this one lasting twice as long as the purple light. When it shuts off, you tentatively open the flap, and inside the niche sits an identical pair of gloves. You take them out. Alright, nice. The gloves snap onto the Eva suit. Now all 4 armholes are connected to gloves. Nice. That actually worked. I'm surprised that managed to figure out this machine was important. Okay, we should be able to go through now. As you step into the corridor, it fills with a vapor. The vapor blocks your vision, but does not seep into the suit. You are easily able to traverse the corridor. Noah, who is not equipped to pass through the mist, is left behind on the other side of the chamber. Okay. What are we dealing with here? Noah's back over there. Okay, I think we can just go through here. Yeah, here we go. The hatch at the end of the decontamination corridor opens into a large round compartment, also weightless.
I'm loving this weightless thing.
So there's another hatch up here. You'll need to maneuver within arm's reach of the hatch in order to open it. Okay. How do I get the... Closed hatch has a symbol on it. E. Like a little T. One has 3 orbs. And that's probably where I came from. Okay. Oh, and there's one up here too. Alright, so how do I get to these things? Yeah, this is just where I was. Oh, we can push off these bumpers here. What should I go first? Let's start left. There we go. You touch the hatch. Oh, hey. A robot here. As the hatch opens, revealing an inhabitant, you unwittingly learn a new feature of the Eva suit. Apparently, it takes any sudden influx of biological waste and converts it immediately into some sort of soothing, freshly scented talcum powder.
I could learn to like this.
Meanwhile, back at Callahan's place.
Do you think I should have warned him about the maintenance security robot? Well, they'll figure out a way.
Okay. Let's see what it wants. Rather dumpy looking robot is blocking your path.
Hello. Nice robot. Good robot. There's a good robot.
The robot emits a brackish squeal, and you feel energy emanate from the robot and envelop you. It flashes a message. Since the robot doesn't get out of the way, you apparently don't look enough like someone it recognizes to satisfy it. Oh, we gotta look like Squish. So how do we do that? So when we put this in our mouth, we looked a bit like Squish. Let's see, what else do we have? Hello, Sister Rose. How are you doing? What if we open this? When you pop open the contact lens case, two huge, gloppy, syrupy contact lenses stare back at you. Okay. What if we wear these? Admittedly, it is less scary trying to place gelatinous saucers over your eyes when there is a helmet protecting your face. It is, however, much less effective since they slide off the smooth glass face of the helmet. Hey, yeah. Oh, thank you. Are we in a position to take this stuff off? You pull the helmet off your head and shake out your hair with a carefree fling, like a woman taking off a motorcycle helmet in an advertisement for soda or blue jeans. Okay, so we should be able to put this stuff on now. There's the contacts. Maintaining as little fingertip contact as possible with the spongy, gelatinous discs, you remove them from the case and plop them over your eyes. You look like one of the characters in a Margaret Keane painting. You know, the kids with the huge, sad, probably myopic eyes. Your eyes now resemble Squish's eyes. Let's wear this too. Oh, okay. We gotta do them in the right order. Let's remove those. You plunk the contact lenses off your face. They make a wet, sucking and popping sound that you imagine must be similar to the birth of a baby octopus. Okay, let's do this one first this time. Our teeth are green and sharp. And our eyes resemble Squish's eyes, too.
Robot, could you scooch over to one side just a little? Atta robot. Come on. Come on, boy.
The robot scans you again, and symbols continue to flash on its monitor. Since the robot doesn't get out of the way, you apparently don't look enough like someone it recognizes to satisfy it. Guess that isn't enough. Ooh, what's in this emergency putty tube? We're gonna have to take these off again. You twist the cap off the tube and a gob of something oozes out. It's gooey and gummy, but it doesn't come off your hands. It stays in a single malleable shape. Some of the stuff is dried around the neck of the tube. It's dry and thin, but strong, like Tevek. Not unlike the texture of the Eva suit in which you found it. Okay. Right, what else do we have that will help us here? Let's see. Oh, that's new. Fly the emergency putty tube to me? Maybe we can look like Squish. You squeeze the putty out of the tube and onto your face. The entire tubeful comes out in one large gob. You dig it out of your eyes and away from your mouth, and to your relief, it doesn't stick to the skin at all. Although the way it hangs on your face, it makes you look ridiculously sallow and flabby. Now your skin tones more closely match Squish's. Okay, that should be enough.
Don't you have a
Hopefully.
universal translator or something?
Now there's a useful question. It's like asking. The robot scans you and flashes symbols at you. I still don't look good enough. Let's see. What else can we do here? How about the air freshener? Oh, here we go. In an attempt to imitate Squish's green, fleshy, beard-like appendage, you stick the bottom end of the air freshener into the putty on your face. It sticks nicely in place. Now I got a spiky little green beard, just like Squish. Okay. Now you look a whole hell of a lot like Squish, except that you have two real arms and two empty, sagging sleeves where your other two arms should be.
I don't understand what you want.
The robot responds by scanning you and flashing symbols at you. Since the robot doesn't get out of the way, apparently, yeah. Okay. This is what we look like now. This is where our life has led. Okay. Let's push off there. Yeah, I think this is the only one we will be able to open. But let's have a quick look around. Yeah, brief buzz, but nothing. Brief buzz, but nothing. Oh, wait a minute. There's a conveyor belt here. Maybe we can get our partner across too. Hold up. Here we go. You place the Eva suit, helmet, and gloves on the conveyor belt. How do we activate this? Button? No. Maybe it's a pixel hunt thing. The Oh, hold on. These are buttons too. Hey, there we go. Now Noah's got them. Noah puts on the suit and passes through the mist to join you. He then removes the suit, helmet, and gloves and returns them to you. Okay, nice. So now we've got Noah. Maybe he can help us with filling out those arms that we have dangling. So we need the suit on so we can wear the two pairs of gloves. 1 pair, 2 pair. Okay. So let's push off here. There's Mr. Robot again. Low robot. Okay. Yeah, let's see if Noah can help you.
I'm with you.
What does this robot want anyway?
If I had to guess, I'd say he's carding you.
Oh, card. So this has Squish's ID on it. Maybe we use that. The robot scans you and flashes symbols at you. As the robot is expecting you to look like the image in the keyring and it hasn't moved out of the way, you must not look enough like the image to satisfy it. Okay. So now...
I'm with you.
Stand behind me.
What?
Just stand behind me. Hold up the other arms.
Yeah, there we go. Apparently satisfied with your appearance, the robot drifts aside and permits you to enter. As you float down into the room, using the handholds until the pull of gravity exerts itself, the robot notices Noah. It begins to scan Noah when there is a sudden popping noise elsewhere on the satellite. It's the sort of sound that would immediately precede the phrase, "Houston, we have a problem." The robot goes off to investigate, maintenance of the satellite being its top priority.
Saved by the bell. No way I was going to wear that get-up.
This reminds you of the elaborate gunk all over your face, which is getting horribly uncomfortable now that he mentions it. You remove the contact lenses, sushi decoration, air freshener, and putty, and stow everything safely in your pockets for later.
Hey, I just said I wouldn't wear it. For you, it's an improvement.
Alright. Okay, so what are we doing here? We can go forward there. The monitor clearly displays a view of the satellite. What does this do? As the satellite stops spinning, the gravity in the bridge quickly wanes. You're now in a zero-G environment. Is that what we were supposed to do? Alright. It's over here. Couple more buttons. What's this doing? Guys, I remember these symbols. They're on the ones with the blue squares. Oh, I think that opened something. Okay. What's this? A convenient picture window displays the gently twirling stars beyond. Okay. You hear a momentary burst of tone followed by static, as if you just opened a hailing frequency. There's no response from the target of the hail, however. Ah, okay. This sends out a distress signal. Not what you wanted to do, but hey, what are the chances anybody heard it? Okay, better hope that doesn't do anything. I think that's everything here. So let's go back out and start working on things. I think I'm gonna look into this T-shaped symbol door here. I need to push off and reach it. Here we go. So does this open now? Yeah, it opens. Nice. That is what we did. We did open these. Right, so what's this? What am I looking at here? 3 compartments, all identical, are built into the base of this room. This spherical room has several storage compartments. It must be a supply room. Okay. Ah, there's a compartment here. With the gravity off, it's a simple matter to float past the broken ladder and the robot. You reach down and flip open the compartment. Oh, there's something here. A tool, looking vaguely like an earth flamethrower or torch, sits in a cubbyhole. Let's take that. Are there any other compartments around here? That's just the compartment we opened. One up here. A weapon-like object. Take the laser out of its cubbyhole. This appears to be a laser or a phaser or a taser or some sort of aser. Okay, any more? There's one here. This boots. I'll take those. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I only see those 3 compartments. Anything else in here? Nothing to the left of it. How about to the right of it? Oh, the robot's here. Robot is benignly repairing the remaining damage sustained by the satellite in its thoughtless interception of a small piece of space debris. Okay. Let's just fixing that ladder there. Without gravity, you don't need a ladder. In fact, if it wasn't for gravity, the entire ladder industry would collapse. Maybe society should think about that before getting so all-fired anxious to explore outer space. Yeah, okay. I think we're done here. I don't see anything else. And I don't want to mess with the robot. Not if I don't know I have to. Okay. Which one should I check out next? About that. Yeah. Looks like a sound symbol. It's gonna be in here.
That's more like it.
This is it. This is the thing that's doing the big Walter Mitty number on us.
You're sure?
Sure, I thought you knew so much about science fiction. Let me get to work on this. I may be able to simply cut off the catalyst, but leave the thing running. Squish's friends and family won't fix it if they don't know something's wrong with it. Give me those boots. I'll need something to cut some cable with. Give me that thing we found in the other room.
All right. So, does he already have it, or does he need me to hand it to him? Let's see. Do I still have the boots? I don't think so. I think we already handed stuff over. You hand the weapon or tool to Noah?
Thanks. I'm getting to work.
Alright, there he goes. So he's gonna be doing that. Okay. There's a fuel generator.
It's almost as if the testosterone is being distilled from the entire biosphere. They're firing into the atmosphere a burst of engineered radiation that lowers the atmosphere's capacity to contain testosterone. So testosterone's actually being expelled from the atmosphere.
I don't think so.
You got a better explanation? Look, just from our being in the room with the equipment, testosterone is condensing on these precipitators.
To demonstrate, Noah swipes his finger along the beads of amber sweat that have formed along a coil of tubing. He sticks the finger in his mouth.
That's testosterone. I'd know it anywhere.
Oh, would you now? You follow suit, scooping up a few drops of the condensate on your fingertip and popping it into your mouth. It tastes about how your bedroom smells. You're suddenly filled with urges to bulk up, ravage a female, grow even more facial hair, get drunk, and go to war. Ugh. Talk about essentialism. Anything else in here? A ring somewhere. Here we go. You run a finger along the seam.
They may be a superior race, but we have them all beat in the dusting department.
Noah is becoming a little slower. He seems less decisive and focused.
Huh?
How does it look?
It's not nearly as sophisticated as I thought it'd be. This is a centrifugal switch. You got the capstan over here by the idler. This is the terminal block. This here is the lint screen. As you can see, they probably haven't cleaned it since they started this thing.
What are those containers?
Well, what I think this is doing is basically performing some sort of biomolecular shift in the atmosphere.
Molecular shift?
That's right.
I thought that only Carmen Gias had biomolecular shift.
All right, all right.
How does it look?
It's not nearly as sophisticated as I thought. This, you got...
I already asked about that.
And you run across this a lot at the bomb squad, do you?
Shut up.
How long is this going to take?
Based on my previous experience dismantling alien testosterone precipitators, sometime, maybe, if you're lucky.
Would you like a cold drink while you work?
That's okay. I'm just getting some of the pharmaceutical quality cold testosterone precipitate.
To demonstrate, Noah again runs his finger along one of the precipitators, gathering up a frosty fingerful of distilled testosterone and slurps it into his mouth.
Since you're here, would you mind looking at the fridge too?
Hey, I've got 3 more alien satellite appointments today. You'll have to call and schedule.
Okay.
Carry on.
Yeah, boss. Whatever you say.
Yeah, boss, whatever you say. You notice yourself feeling slightly wrung out. The room might very well be sapping your manly strength and virility. Yeah, okay. Let's get force femmed some other day. Okay, what haven't I looked at? Hmm. Are there any I haven't seen? N&T. Yeah, I think I've done all the ones here. At least, in that direction. Haven't been in here, I don't think. You're instantly transported into the computer room of another game from Legend. You suddenly realize that you're trapped in the computer game version of the inevitable TV sitcom episode made up of clips from previous episodes. You pull yourself out of the game room and back into the lobby. Okay, so that's just a joke. Literally. Okay, what's over there? Don't think I've been in here. Oh, I have. This is just the supply room. I've been in here. Okay, where haven't I been? Down? Yeah, I don't think I've been down. Here we go. You float into the room. It's only about as large as a closet, making it easier inside of which to maneuver. There's no machinery to speak of, but there are some strategically located pipes and chutes, some tanks of something, and unexpectedly a mirror. Your olfactory intuition tells you that this is a bathroom, which you do not presently need to utilize. You do, however, allow yourself the pleasure of peeking in the medicine cabinet. Inside is an assortment of tubes and bottles containing materials of unusual properties. Nothing you'd risk touching, though. You complete your tour of the facilities and head back out into the lobby of the satellite. Okay, so that's just the bathroom. Let's see. Okay. What am I doing here? This opens the doors. What does this do? Huh. Well, that did something. Let's see what that was. I think it was this. Oh, that's not good. The robot's in there.
Jake, it's now or never.
Okay. Robot is definitely displaying a hostile attitude towards Noah. Some body language is cross-cultural.
Jake, it's now or never.
What if I shoot the robot? You aim the laser at the robot. When you pull the trigger, a narrow, brilliant beam of light skewers the air. It strikes the robot, or rather an inch or so in front of it, and illuminates an otherwise invisible shield. The shield absorbs the beam without apparent harm to the robot. As soon as the light winks out, so does the shield. Huh. The robot fortunately ignores the shot, perhaps detecting that it came from friendly equipment and was merely a mistake. Either that, or it's laughing at you on the inside.
Jake, I'm not kidding. Get rid of this guy, would you?
Noah grumbles something about the damned foolishness of arm wrestling. The bulkhead is smooth and metallic.
Jake, it's now or never.
Anything else I can shoot in this room? Nah.
Jake,
Suddenly realize that your mild disinterest in competitive sports has transmogrified into active disdain. Maybe I can shoot the ring here. The robot's top priority takes over and immediately moves to repair the hole you've put in the hole. Oh, okay.
well, that was an interesting risk.
Let's get out of this room while we still can. Are you finished?
Give me 20 seconds. You hear that?
I'll look. Get the hell out of here and meet me in the shuttle.
Meanwhile, back at Callahan's place.
Say, do you think I should have told him about the emitter cutoff mothership alert? I really should have. Oh, well. The mothership.
The mothership. Okay. So, hailing was the star. Good lord, it's the mothership. So, if we want to hail, we use a star. This opens a hailing frequency to the mothership. All you hear in response is a lot of angry, glorpy mouth sounds. Okay. Okay. Let's go. You use the Eva suit to go back across the decontamination chamber. Yeah, I think we did what we wanted to, so we can just leave. Okay. Right. What did we use to dock? I want to undo that. The mothership locks its tractor beam on Squish's shuttle, rocking the entire satellite. The testosterone precipitator loses it, spraying Noah full in the face with pure distilled testosterone. The reaction is immediate and dramatic. Noah runs to the shuttle. At first, you're not even sure it's him, but who else would it be?
Break out of the tractor beam.
Okay, how do I do that? This is red. Gotta be this, right? Okay.
Incredible.
Just be grateful you haven't got...
Do we undock with that? Okay. We're undocked. And what do I do now? What if I turn that on? There's a hum through the shuttle and the display shows a field appear. Given that this is probably a cloaking or shielding button, you surmise that the green buttons are concerned with offense defense. Okay. So we've got shields on. So we want to get back home. Do we do that? Let's get our speed up. We want to go as fast as we can. Get us up there. Speed, yes. There we go. Okay, what was the... Yeah, I think I remember right, it's this.
We're out, but they're right on our tail.
Hang on. Let me.
Noah punches buttons hard enough to make sparks fly from the panel. The shuttle whirls around and heads straight for the satellite.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, that's the satellite gone.
Setting a course for the bar.
Aye, aye.
Here we are. I feel like that was a little shorter than the chocolate one. But maybe it's because I slightly knew what I was doing. And got, like, insanely lucky. You and Noah go out into the parking lot. By the time you and Noah get back to the bar, the effects of the concentrated dose of testosterone are already wearing off of Noah. But they remain just long enough to let him beat Mike, Shorty, and Long Drink at arm wrestling. Meanwhile, you relate the story of yours and Noah's trip into orbit.
They will be back. They are infinitely persistent.
So are we.
What have you accomplished? Haven't you just delayed the inevitable?
We're assuming it's not inevitable. It's only inevitable if we don't do anything about it.
Besides, we had fun.
We faked out your robot big time.
We got to swim around weightless. That right there was worth the price of admission.
I'd do it again.
Me too.
Next Sunday?
Squish?
Why not?
Nice. Maybe Scruffy Man has something to say. When you try to talk to this man, he casts his eyes downward as if to indicate that he'd rather not talk. Okay. So he's still not talking. How about Mickey Finn?
Jake,
What's up with you?
Want to try some homemade chocolate?
that stuff has no effect on me. I tried it once, years ago.
Maybe you didn't inhale.
Jake,
You must miss outer space. I miss it, and I was only there for a few minutes. The deep black vastness, the overwhelming sense of insignificance as you realize how tiny and frail you are in the grand scheme of things. It was staggering. Just staggering. I don't think I'll ever forget it.
yeah, it's heavy, all right. Jake,
Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the one I haven't asked yet.
Future events.
are you kidding? They used to call me the Baltimore Oracle.
I thought they called you the Kmart of Sears.
Not at all. They thought I was the diviner.
Yeah. Now ask him if he ever turned a profit.
Hey, break it up. I just ate.
Hey,
To know about what we just did.
How you feeling?
great. Did you see the look on Long Drink's face? And when I beat him, he winced. Can you believe it? He winced.
Long Drink has never been known to wince.
But can you do it again?
If I wanted to, but why rub his nose in it?
Anything else?
There he is.
So how are we going to top this?
You'll find a way. I have faith. Hey, there he is.
You know, when I'm around you, I talk like you.
You do not.
Yeah, I do. You're a man of few words.
I only have a high school vocabulary.
That's not what I mean.
I know what you mean, and I'll take it as a compliment.
Of course you will.
Hey, there he is.
I've been to Brazil, Noah. I've been to the Amazonian rainforest and come out a winner.
I can tell.
You mean because I have a more confident attitude and a more worldly wise demeanor?
No, because you go into the jungle, you come back in time, and you must think your clothes go back to being as clean as they were when you left, but they're not. I can't believe you walked around the jungle in a flannel shirt. You're crazy.
Okay. Who else can we talk to here? Maybe Mike Callahan has something to say.
Good job, Jake. You couldn't have done it without us.
So, what now?
What now? Well, that's up to you. There's a lot going on tonight.
Such as...
Well, let's see. Josie's all in a snit over something. You could see what that's all about. We've got the two drop-ins. They could probably use some chatting up. Or you could go see what's keeping Piotr.
Oh, there's another Fred here. Piotr.
Want me to go see if Piotr's home?
You know, he's been down lately.
How can you tell?
Yeah, he's cynical, but this is worse than that. I wonder...
What?
Well, okay. Figure it this way. The guy is, what,
Oh, this guy lives a long time.
200? And he's alone. He's always alone.
Doesn't seem to bother him. He never says anything about it.
Up until a couple of weeks ago, I would have agreed with you. Now, I'm not so sure. Tell you what. You want to do me a huge favor? Great. Go get him. Bring him back here. But only when you're ready. Don't say yes till you're sure you're ready to take off.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Mike, I'm at your disposal. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'm there.
Great. Now, you know where Piotr lives, right? Couple of miles down the pike?
Sure.
Good. Hop in your truck and head over there. If Piotr's there, see if you can get him to come back to the bar. If he won't come, see if you can find out why. But don't pry, you know?
Eddie's got me well trained.
Now, if he's not there, this is bad. See if you can find any clue as to where he might be.
Why are you so worried about him?
He told me something in confidence that I don't want to have to share with you unless there's no way around it. Enough said?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Jake?
I'll be back in a flash.
Hope so.
There we go. Yeah, let's go do that. There's nameless bar people. Well, let's talk to the biker dude a bit before we go.
Yes, sir.
This chocolate we made in Brazil is probably addictive.
May I taste that?
You hold out the chocolate bar, and the man touches it lightly. He then lifts his finger to his lips, tastes it, and a smile, crude, ill-formed, asymmetrical, but a smile anyway, comes over his face.
This is wonderful. You say it's addictive chocolate.
I don't know if you could market it under that name, but yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you. That was delicious.
I thought so. The Chocolate That Saved the Rainforest by Jake Stonebender. I like it.
Yes, sir?
I can't tell you how cool it was to be in outer space, gliding through all that emptiness and so many stars, so much more than you can see from Earth, and the weightlessness. It was incredible. It just changes your whole perspective on your place in the universe. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to gloat.
That's quite all right. Enjoy it while you can.
That's slightly ominous.
Yes, sir?
Hey, if I don't see you again, have a good night. Be sure to talk to a few people besides me.
I will then.
And last thing.
So, what do you think of the place?
Well, I have to say I haven't seen this many different species in a bar, ever. It's a good sign, or it would have been. Never mind.
What are you trying to say?
I think that would fall under the heading of prying.
Aha. But you started to say something. Aha.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Let's go now. So, we want to get in our truck. Oh, that's Doc's truck. Let's drive the police car. Okay, where's our truck? Here we go, truck. You hop in your truck and drive a couple miles down 25A to Piotr's place. After a short drive down Jericho Turnpike, you reach Piotr's house. You hop out of the truck and look around. This antique-looking trunk has the name Alrazad printed in flourishy letters. Doesn't look large enough to hold a person, but just for giggles, you knock on it and whisper,
Piotr?
There is no response. The driver looks at you as if you're nuts, and why bother to contradict him? Denial is the first sign. Nah, it's locked. The steamer trunk is bound with bolts and straps and a hasp in front, looking as if it would take a long time to open. One wonders why the lock in front wasn't enough. If it contains something of great value, why leave it to the tender mercies of the shipping company? Ah. Piotr's house is an old Victorian style in good condition. Small and neat, it has been unoccupied for about a week. Mismade girl crate. This crate is stenciled mismade girl. This conjures up all sorts of lecherous images. You put it out of your mind for the moment, knowing that you'll want to re-explore that territory in detail at some later date. Can't open that.
Piotr, are you in there?
You pause and listen, but hear nothing. You shout a little louder.
If you're in there, you'll have to talk louder than that.
No
Fine,
sound.
be that way. You're probably not even in there.
Yeah, here we go. That guy here. It's a moving van. Interesting. Drive. You swing into the cab. There are no keys in the ignition. Just as you start to search for them, the driver appears at the door and pulls you out by the ankle. You stumble to your feet, dust yourself off, and put him in his place with big rumph. Although this driver, Philip Oscar Figdery, is a senior driver in the York Easter fleet, he still has acne that makes him look like an adolescent. Which is why everywhere he goes, they call him, ready? Philip O. Figdery, the acne of Defeat Fleet. Oh god, stop him before he puns again. That's what I am saying after every single dialogue in this game. Let's talk to them. He tries to strike up a friendly conversation with the driver by commenting on how late he's working. Do you see anybody working? He asks. Then his brow furrows. You're not from Ye, are you? As you assure him that you don't even know what Ye is, he explains that York Easter has been cracking down on the drivers for every little violation. And he never knows when he's being spied on. Oh, York Easter. That's right. Y-E. You ask him about Piotr. All he knows is that the owner is supposedly in, or on his way to, the Transylvanian Alps in Romania, and that he's having his stuff shipped there overnight at tremendous expense. Huh. That seems like a sudden decision. Yeah, this guy is almost definitely a vampire. His name is Piotr, and he's going to Romania. He's totally a vampire. Words zigzag are stenciled on this crate. That name rings a bell. It's that trick where the woman gets inside the tall cabinet and the magician pushes the center of it off to one side. Why is it that magicians feel a need to mutilate women? They must have had terrible childhoods. Look at all these options. This is the front door to Piotr's house. It won't open. You don't have the key. You're not exactly David Carradine. It jiggles. You vent your merciless wrath on the front door. The hinges are on the inside. Burn down the front door. It's flame-proof. Jimmy the front door. It's Jimmy-proof. Cheddar the front door. Well, we don't have much call for that round here. Is that a Monty Python reference? Jeez. When things used to have Monty Python references all over the place. Slide under the door. You must be thinking of that game Plastic Man's Crosstime Saloon. Gnaw the front door. Please don't chew the scenery. We might need it for the sequel. Chip away at the front door. It's chip-proof. Deliberately ignore the front door. You ignore the door. The moment your head is turned away, you think you see it open out the corner of your eye. But when you look back at it again, it's closed. It's mocking you. Talk to the front door.
There isn't any way to get you to open up at all, is there?
That's right.
I was Thanks anyway.
The door responds. Walk through the front door. You consider walking through the wall, but then you decide that you don't have that much control over the individual atoms that make up your body. A couple of shallow wooden steps lead up to the front door. Pry. You attempt to get the steps to tell you a little something about their private lives, but they refuse to open up to you. Okay, well, there's a telephone here. It's the phone. Who would have thought? The window's still closed. You wouldn't think a vampire... Oh, yep, he's a vampire. Would want a place with so many windows. But maybe he was having trouble finding something in his price range. The window seems to give just slightly. Windows don't get much more closed than this. Break. That's the last resort, and you're not to that point. Enter the window. It won't open far enough for you to wiggle in. You just don't have that boyish figure anymore. Well, we've got a tire iron. Maybe that will help. You start to put the tire iron in the window, but then you suddenly realize that somebody back in Brazil is waiting for this. You'll have to remember to send it back to Mr. Alaniz. Okay, I guess it's not gonna be that. This crate is stenciled Azra Levitation. You examine the crate carefully, but it seems to be nailed solidly shut. Anything else around? There's the truck. No. Just the moving van here. So... this moving van is going to end up where... yeah, Piotr's probably going to be where this moving van is going, so... maybe we try to get in it, sneak in, and basically stow away. Tractable ramp makes it easier for the driver to load and unload large objects. You slide the ramp into the truck. The driver looks very annoyed. The bumper sticker says, "How's my driving? Call K Landike 50931." The driver, obviously peeved, rolls the ramp back out. Guess he showed you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anything else besides the bumper sticker there? Heal. You tug on the bumper sticker and a tiny fraction tears off. You climb up the ramp and then back down again. Yep, solid ramp. Okay. Well, it's almost open before. Oh, hey, that opened. Nice. What can we use the phone for? You reach through the window, but the phone's beyond your grasp. Maybe this can extend our reach. Okay. Anything else around here that might help? There's something on my truck. Hold up, that's different. What's this? Antenna. The 87 Ford CA series was the only one to come with a factory-equipped coat hanger antenna. This has a clever advantage of making it very unlikely that anyone's going to try to steal it. You pull the antenna out of the hole. There goes your high-fidelity sound system. Hey, we can use this for the phone, right? You pull the telephone closer. Now you can reach it. Dial 911.
Thank you for calling the Suffolk County 911 emergency line. Due to new gun control laws passed by the Liberal administration, which are making it difficult for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves, all our representatives are currently serving other customers. Please call back during non-peak hours, and we will be happy to assist you with all your emergency needs. This message sponsored by the NRA and does not necessarily reflect the views of your local telephone company or Legend Entertainment.
0. You dial the operator, who angrily barks that service is supposed to be turned off at this number. She swears to the heavens that she will have the service off within 2 to 4 hours come hell or high water. Her name is an Operator 12. Then she hangs up on you. Info.
Thank you for using ATCI. What city?
It's a Klondike exchange, KL5. What city would that be?
We'd need the other 4 digits to determine for sure.
That's 0931.
One moment. That number is KL50931.
I already know that.
I can connect you for an additional $5.
No thanks.
You hang up, realizing that you really don't need information anymore.
Yorkista Van Lines, don't strain on your next big move. Think of Yorkista first.
I've never heard of your company before.
Well, I don't see how that could be. Yorkista is the biggest in town.
I'm surprised there's anybody in the office this late.
Yorkista is always open, sir. How may I help you?
Hey, maybe we can distract that driver.
I'd like to register a complaint about one of your drivers.
I see. Well, we'll be happy to contact him immediately if you can give me the license number of the truck.
I'm sorry I didn't catch it.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but... And this is a very big but. I can't be sure which of our drivers is at fault without knowing the license number. But should this ever happen again, you can find it mounted on the rear.
Thank you. I looked at the bumper sticker. I should have looked at the license plate, too. I feel like an ass.
Quite all right. Hindsight is 20/20.
With that, she hangs up. I didn't see a license plate. Where is it? A bumper sticker, mover. Where is it? Up front somewhere? I just don't see it. She said it's in the rear, right? Where is it? Come on. Where the heck is the license plate? Am I losing my mind here? It'll be somewhere here. I don't see it at all. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. See the bumper sticker. I don't see a license plate. Huh. Where is it? Odd. Wait a minute. It's all the way up here. How am I supposed to notice this? Jeez. Truck's license plate, hard to see in the dim evening light, is YEVL117. It appears to be a New York plate. Okay. The character should remember that.
Your keys to a van?
How do your prices compare with other moving companies?
Well, we like to say you'll discover deep, deep savings when you look up your keister.
When you look up... I just got it. Jesus. They pronounce it your keister. Your keister.
I'd like to complain about one of your drivers.
Did you have the license plate number, sir?
Yes, that was YEVL 117.
Just a moment, please.
She puts you on hold for a moment, then clicks back on the line.
Okay, we have that driver, sir. And what was the problem with his driving?
He was weaving all over the road.
Oh, dear. Did he appear drunk?
No, he was eating.
Tush, tush. We'll contact him immediately.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what's up. The moving man's beeper goes off. His jaw drops open, his mouth full of sandwich. He says something that sounds like "oof," and walks around into the truck's cab to call into his dispatcher. All right. Okay. These bolts look suspicious. Aha! The front panel swings forward along a concealed hinge along the base. Goodness, how disillusioning. We can get in now. With the driver out of the way, you're able to step into the trunk and pull the front closed, and it clicks shut. Oh yeah, my intuition was right here. We getting that. You spend about a minute trying to figure out how to get out again when you hear the moving man return and angrily finish loading up the truck. That includes the trunk you're in. You spend the next 24 hours or so being buffeted about, subjected to freezing temperatures, dropped, and generally treated like a piece of meat. As you do, you constantly say to yourself, Jake Stonebender to the Florescu. During the many hours of rough travel, of the chilly airplane cargo hold, and of numerous unloadings and reloadings, you develop strange sensations. Confidence and power, as if you could easily stow away on any old tramp steamer or freight train. Excitement, as you realize that you have discovered a new, very inexpensive way to travel that doesn't involve stealing anyone's plane tickets. Which didn't exactly sit right. Panic and nausea, as you realize that you're halfway around the world with no money at all. Not even the number of a nice credit card lady who can make travel reservations, get you replacement credit cards, or send you prescription refills. But mostly, you feel a surge of anticipation as the truck you're in slows down, the tires crunching and hopping on gravel. The possible sign of a driveway rather than another loading dock. You duck back in the trunk as the driver sets the brake and turns off the engine. Sure enough, although you can't make out the words, the voices outside the truck have familiar inflections of finality and relief. None of the voices sound like that of your friend, Piotr. The trunk you're in is unloaded. A while later, when you stop hearing the sounds of people in the immediate vicinity, you cautiously emerge from the trunk.
I was going to knock and inform you that you could come out, Master Stonebender, but I was afraid I might give you heart failure. Are you all right?
You knew you were in there.
No, I mean, I'm confused.
I'm so sorry. Perhaps you didn't know we were expecting you. Master Piotr informed us you were coming.
He did.
Yes. I believe his exact words were, "A man named Jake Stonebender has done something very ill-advised. When he arrives and gets out of my substitution trunk, treat him with utmost respect, but inform him that his trip was unnecessary. I am then to make arrangements to have you sent back to America immediately. First class, of course."
He did? Huh. Well, if he knew me well enough to know I was coming for him, he should have known me well enough to know I wouldn't leave without him.
What?
That's okay, I know what I'm talking about.
Of course. Well, Master Florescu anticipated you would refuse to depart for at least a while. Feel free to have a look around and make use of Master Florescu's trap and driver if you wish. Let me know when I can make your return reservations.
Okay. Do they know where he... Piotr's butler stands amidst the crates, checking what's come in and what hasn't, and keeping an eye on you at the same time.
Yes, Master Stonebender?
Where is Piotr?
I'm not precisely certain.
Can you give me an idea?
There's not that much to do downtown anymore, and therefore not many places he's likely to be. After all, those documentaries were made about this part of the world back in the 30s and 40s. Tourist travel dropped off nearly completely. The master's family nearly went broke.
What line of business were they in?
Torches. They'd get the villagers all in a flap about someone with a deformity, or someone whose house got hit by a lot of lightning, or just anyone with a castle who liked to work in his attic, see? So while one of the Florescus is out there agitating, the rest of them are coming around the side with the lit torch stands, and angry villagers are literally throwing money at them to get their torch before they're all gone. And the torches, see, they don't last more than 10 minutes. Then you need another one. 10 minutes is nothing. A good mob goes at least an hour.
Doing a torch grift.
This is how they made their fortune?
Couple of good mobbings would set them up for a year. But they got these mobs going sometimes once, twice a week, all year round. Do the math.
Ah.
What an original way to make a fortune.
No. Actually, they were copying something the Hearsts had been doing in the United States for a long time.
What happened to the business?
Oh, well, when the movies started coming out, business boomed for a while. Then they started running low on people to mob. So they had a cooling off period. And then they just started getting used to the eccentrics. It got harder to work up a good murderous froth about the fellow next door just because his bed had a lid on it, or he had party lighting or something. They tried to establish a business in the United States, particularly in the South, but it never took off to the extent it had here. Now Taiwan makes just about every torch in the world.
This has been very informative.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, what about the other
Master
topics?
Stonebender?
How'd you know I was coming?
Master Pyotr told me.
But how did he know? I left on the spur of the moment. Only one other person knew I was going.
Nothing is ever as on the spur of the moment as it seems.
Oh, that is deep.
Yes, Master Stonebender?
Where exactly am I?
Castle Florescu, south of the Transylvanian Alps in Romania.
And Fyodor lives here?
This is his family estate. He has not lived here for many years.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I keep bumping into things due to the lack of illumination, but it does give a castle a homey feel otherwise so difficult to achieve.
Maybe some track lighting would help.
Indirect light, of course.
Yeah, bounce it off the walls a little bit. You know, warm it up with some colored lenses.
Yes, I like it very much. Very much. Thank you, Master Stonebender. Thank you. There may be a few extra snails for you tonight.
We're having snails for dinner?
I meant in your bed. Yes, Master Stonebender?
What sort of facilities do you have here?
Racquetball, weight room, Olympic-sized swimming pool,
I thought for sure you'd have one of those kidney-shaped swimming pools.
sauna, vending machine room, parking garage, solarium, conservatory, library, teleconference room, war room,
War room.
hedge maze, video parlor, isolation tank, planetarium, zoo, dungeon, and the world's biggest walk-in salad bar.
Those are pretty elaborate facilities.
It was a long trip.
Yes, well, we couldn't think of everything.
They don't have a bathroom. All of that and they don't have a bathroom.
What do these symbols mean?
Nothing, sir.
They must mean something.
No, sir.
You're hiding something.
No, sir.
You'd tell me if these packages had something important in them, wouldn't you?
No, sir.
No.
Good thing for you, I'm not feeling very nosy right now.
Yes, sir. As if, sir.
Okay, let's look around here.
These stained glass windows put the ones at Callahan's to shame.
It's not a contest, sir.
A little painting here. The face of this portrait has been cut out. You walk around behind the painting and stick your face through it.
Ooh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yes, Master Pyotr told me about your joke-telling abilities. I'm so sorry.
You got a sassy butler over here. I love it. Herf. Dominating this wall of the room is an enormous hearth of soft, russet-veined ivory marble. Within it is an equally enormous fire that makes the room cozily warm.
Beautiful fireplace.
Thank you. We got the idea for it from a pint of ice cream.
Let me guess. Fudge marble?
No, sir. Butter brickle. We were sharing a pint of butter brickle ice cream when the master's great-grandfather suggested we build a fireplace out of yellow bricks. As there were none, we settled for marble.
Okay. Touch. You touch the silky marble hearth. At first you're not sure whether it's very hot or very cold, but an instant later you're sure it's very hot. You pull your hand away just as Shives asks you if you'll be requiring a paramedic. Extinguish.
If I remember correctly, I wouldn't get too close to that fire, you.
What?
I said, if I remember correctly, I wouldn't get too close to that fire if I were you.
Oh, okay.
This is just an assault of puns. A driver there. A heavy, misshapen little man sits atop the trap, reading a copy of Trap and Driver. Ooh. You gently lift the lid. A few silver coins fall out. You scoop them up and put them back in the pile inside the box. Take a handful of the palming coins.
Are you a magician, sir?
No.
Oh, I couldn't help but admire the way you make things disappear.
These silver palming coins have a milled edge for easier manipulation and a smoother surface than real coins, making them shinier on stage. Yeah, it's funny. A vampire who's apparently also a magician. That's a pretty great character. We haven't even met him. The Book of Magic. A large book is sitting open among the effluvium of Piotr life. Close the old book and take it. Chais watches you out of the corner of his eye but says nothing. Thumb through the Book of Magic. The Headless Woman. In The Headless Woman, the magician effects a most startling illusion suitable for stage or parlor. A box is fashioned with 2 mirrors, hinged at the back and meeting in the center. See workshop plans in the companion volume of this set. In performance, the assistant's head is clearly seen through the front of the box, figure A. Her hands support the box where it rests upon her shoulders. Magi closes the box. The moment this is done, the assistant draws the mirrors closed about her face, figure B. A small movement easily covered. If desired, daggers may be thrust through holes in the box, thus further disguising the seam that runs vertically where the mirrors meet. Magi then opens the cabinet, revealing the vanished head, figure C. The process is reversed if the Magi wishes to reconjure the missing head. Flip through. The Vanishing Horse and Rider. For suitably well-equipped stages, the Vanishing Horse and Rider is difficult to top for mystery and spectacle. The Magi, atop a white steed, vanishes from a box suspended well above the stage, and instantaneously appears in another such box on the opposite side of the stage. A duplicate horse and rider are used, made up or masked to resemble closely the Magi. A black backdrop must be used on stage, and black blinds are necessary for the first 2 boxes. As the illusion commences, the duplicates are already in place behind the black blind of the rightmost box. This creates the illusion that the audience is viewing all the way through the box to the backdrop. The box is pulled into the air. Magi and his horse ride onto the leftmost box, which is then raised up, figure A. On the Magi's cue, the black blind is pulled down in front of him. This is sometimes best disguised with a flashbot or a similar device. A second later, the blind in front of the duplicates is allowed to snap open, figure B. The box should be lowered quickly and the horse and rider led off stage, so that the audience will not have an opportunity to linger on them. Interesting. Okay. See what else is around here. A mirror. This is an antique ornamental mirror, inlaid with gold filigree, and probably extremely valuable. You walk over and look in the mirror. How thoughtful, you think. Somebody's painted Piotr's image reversed on the surface of the mirror, so that he'd be able to look at himself, sort of. That's right, vampires don't have reflections. Let's see. What else is around here? Oh, this is like a headless box. Interesting. This is an ornate box painted with florid designs and glossy colors. You take the box.
I suppose it's natural for people who travel in boxes to be a little grabby of other people's possessions.
I'll return it. What is it?
One of the master's magic tricks, I believe.
Okay. We can take that. It's a perfectly preserved framed movie poster of that nauseating musical. Hold that clot. You don't want to be seen carrying a poster for that movie. According to the poster, Hold That Clot was shot in eczema scope with Lance Boyle and Ingram Toenail. And a supporting cast including Paula Stead, Mel Blanksted, Larry Feinstead, Jay Wardstead, and Daryl Dead and Buried. Okay. Anything else? Another quick scan. There's a lot of things around. Sealed crates.
The master has requested that his worldly possessions be distributed upon his demise. Therefore, we will not be unpacking just now, Master Stonebender.
Okay. It's in the trunk.
Shouldn't you keep this open so it doesn't develop a smell?
Well, we keep it shut, sir, so the rest of the castle doesn't develop a smell. The master has
Okay. Bookshelves line the walls on either side of the hearth. Among them you see Final Exit 2, What to Do Till Dr. Kevorkian Comes. Okay. Ooh. This is something. Pair of old-fashioned schoolhouse-style wooden slates lie here. You take the slates.
Will that be all? Or are you still browsing? I'm still browsing.
Just taking everything right in front of the butler. Love it. Okay. I don't see anything else that looks like it would be important. Okay. I think we'll talk to this guy.
Evening, Squire.
Good evening. Are you the one I talked to about...
Driving? That's me, sir. I'm the driver. Would you be wanting me services?
Definitely.
Well, that's just fine, sir. I'm just a little surprised is all.
Why is that?
Well, you and Master both arriving in boxes and all. I figured you'd be, you know, taking it on the wing, so to speak. Not that there's anything wrong with that, sir.
No, I'm not like that.
Oh, well, okay, sir. I believe you, sir.
I believe you, sir.
No, really, I'm not a vampire.
I didn't say you was a vampire, sir.
No, but you thought I might be. I just wanted to clear that up.
It's no skin off my neck if you are, sir.
But I'm not.
Yes, I know. But you don't believe me. Oh, what makes you say that, sir?
Oh, you're lying, all right. Whenever somebody says, what makes you say that, instead of just no, it means yes.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, sir.
That's another one. That's another evading tactic.
Were you wanting to go somewhere just now, sir?
Yes, I was getting to that.
Right here, sir.
Who retained you?
Permanent castle staff, sir.
There must not be much to do.
Oh, it's a cush job, sir. No doubt about it. If it weren't for me books, I'd go off me chump.
What do you read?
Oh, trying to read the classics, sir. About every 6 weeks I get another one. And I keep only the ones I want and send the others back. I'm under no obligation, sir.
That's good, not to be under any obligation.
Wouldn't have it any other way, sir.
Okay, let's actually go.
Here, sir.
Let's go downtown.
Straight away, sir.
The trap trundles townward. The rough dirt road gives way to cobblestones, and presently the driver reins the horses to a stop.
Here we go, sir. But Lord, how everybody's looks and discourse in the street is of death and nothing else. And few people going up and down, that the town is like a place distressed and forsaken. That's Pete, sir. But he put such a negative spin on it.
My God, what happened to this place? What happened to these people?
Nothing, sir. That's snafu, sir. Situation normal. All fouled up.
I know, but this is normal?
Well, not entirely, sir. Everybody's a bit spiffed up for the weekend, you know. Got my best bib and tuckers on. Anyway, I'll be waiting right here, sir, when you're ready to push on.
You're just going to sit here?
Oh, got me magazine and me corn nuts. I'm good. Have fun, sir.
You step down out the trap and start to look around. A couple here. You attempt to strike up a conversation with the couple, but they only have eyes for each other. Another one over here. As you approach, you hear a lot of billing and cooing. He's doing the cooing, and she's doing the billing. The Star Bucharists. That sign say. It says werewolves. The Werewolves building has the aura of one of those familiar, friendly general stores found in small towns all across America, run by people named Rusty, Red, Sam, and the ever-popular Pop. Enter. Crowded, musty, quiet. This store reminds you of the five and dimes of old, close kin to the stationery stores you used to visit as a young man. The thousands of items fill every available nook and cranny, and they all look as if they've been sitting here for decades. A table of pick-true insulated winter clothing offers outstanding prices on ski caps, muffs, and mittens filled with DuPont Airball TM.
Let's see some Bonnie.
Some what?
Bonnie? The official currency of Romania?
I didn't know that.
And we don't accept palming coins. You'd be amazed at how many people around here try to pass those things off as money. It's horrible. Makes you want to bite their toes off, doesn't it?
No.
No.
Those Air Bordens are the best wrestling sneakers on the market.
Do they come with a pump?
Air
They
Bordens.
come with venom sacks.
They come with venom sacks.
If you don't have any Bonnie, we'll give you a free pair, but you have to catch them as I throw them off the top of the building.
That's okay.
Yeah, those spikes look pretty menacing. Eyes. A lovely selection of eyeballs sits in a large penny candy jar. Jaws. These dentures aren't in bad shape. Little weed killer followed by a good sandblasting, some bleach, bit of polish, make good. Not sure how they taste after that though.
My God, they're still warm.
That's the way they're best. Cold teeth give you a headache.
Vermin. It's everyone's favorite reptilian kids show host, Pee-wee Vermin. Pee-wee Vermin isn't for sale. He's just here for shelf gratification. You sweaters sit on the shelf.
Those are honest-to-goodness yak hair sweaters. Just don't get them wet. Ever smell a wet yak?
No.
Wow. I guess you don't get out much.
You browse among the More Fear t-shirts, thinking maybe you'll find one to buy. Then you notice that the shirts are long sleeve, and the sleeves, which have no openings, wrap around and buckle together and back. Well,
are these straight jackets?
We won't have jackets until summer. These are straight t-shirts. Just as confining, but perfect for warm spring days.
Sunglasses.
None of these sunglasses will fit me. I only have 2 eyes.
We can fix that.
We can?
They say if one of your eyeballs gets eaten out of your head, 2 will grow back in its place.
Do they?
It's worth a try. Come closer.
No.
No. Wax lips. The wax lips are exaggeratedly full and bee-stung. Bugs Bunny pretending to be a female rabbit lips. They give off a faint, sickly wintergreen scent. You soon recognize it as Eau de Pepto-Bismol. The clerk would undoubtedly be happy to sell you a pair of wax lips, Mr. Gimme. But you have no Bonnie, and you don't want to walk around with a pair of hot lips, or do you? You buy a few chunks of Berserka bubble glum, and chew them until the flavor has you thoroughly dismayed, and spit it into the garbage behind the counter. Let's talk to the clerk here.
Get you?
Pardon me?
I said, what can I get you?
I'm looking for somebody named Piotr. Do you know him?
Do you have a last name?
I'm not sure. Florescu, maybe? He lives in Castle Florescu.
Wow. I thought it was a theme restaurant now. I don't think I know him. You want me to keep an eye out for him?
Please.
No problem. Which one should I take?
I thought we were speaking figuratively.
Oh, well, can't blame a guy for trying. How can I serve you?
Do people ever comment on your complexion issues?
No. But everyone always asks me if anybody else comments on it. How can I serve you?
You have any odd jobs I could do for money?
Sure. I could use a hand.
I should have expected that.
How can I serve you?
I think I'll just browse for a while.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Wait a minute, what did you say?
I said I was going to browse.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to braise.
Bones. He's dead, Jim. You probably don't remember, but when you were in that crate being shipped to Castle Florescu, you vowed not to bring a lot of crap back with you on this trip. There's a wide selection of morbid wind-up toys on this shelf. Legless frogs on hand carts, centiplegic centipedes in wheelchairs, baby carriages that careen out of control at 60 scale miles per hour, and something large and metallic called a trick chainsaw that you really don't want to investigate. Oddly enough, they strike you as more tasteful than many real toys back in the US, such as Mad Doctor Labs, where you eat brains and dissolve flesh off of tiny bones, Freddy Krueger-style gloves with foot-long fake razor blades, and computer games where you Well, it's just too revolting to mention. About the souvenirs. Noah, by making a moral statement about the state of toys today, we've taken all the fun out of buying any. Transylvanian trinkets line the shelves, including snow globes of the county morgue, cow cans that scream when you turn them upside down, and commemorative spoons with an impaled villager on the end of the handle.
I don't want to look like a tourist.
About the toys. Piled on the shelf are various children's toys, such as the new Hot Wheels with side-mounted gas tanks, butane refills sold separately, Retcha sketches, and My Little Crony. You ain't got no bony, and no bony cares for you. Makeup department. You browse through the masks, which are made of skin and outrageously expensive.
By the way, we sell the brains separately so you can mix and match.
Makes more sense to get one of these at the duty-free shop on the way home. Okay. Well, where's the door here? This has gotta be it. Yeah. There's a hag. You walk over to the hag and look carefully at her face. It's a map of lines, each wrinkle no doubt telling a story of some event in her life that caused her to lose collagen. She proudly announces that she recently won a Granny Award for Best New Arthritic. A nicely dressed couple take in the midnight air and expel it forcefully through their ears, making a grotesque bubbling sound. They're more interested in making unique body sounds and blowing earwax bubbles than they are in chatting with you. Barrel. This barrel contains sand for the streets when they get icy in winter. It's one of 2 donated to the town by the local representatives of the Visiting Shogun Association, and they're both conveniently located between the 2 slickest streets in town. Surely you've heard of a double-barreled shogun? They got both barrels right between the ice. A vagrant here, a slender, weather-beaten looking man, posts idly on a concrete and throws hard looks at everybody. You attempt to start a conversation with the vagrants, but due to complications from smoking and the lack of a decent centralized healthcare, his voice box has been replaced with a squeaky toy. Okay. There's a beggar. It's the remaining original member of Def Leppers. Actually, you can't tell whether his original member is remaining or not. You ask the beggars if you can beg here. The woman sputters. The man tells you that begging is permitted only from the barrel to the corner. And, he adds gruffly, since Cameron is home tonight, battling a mild case of good health, you can have his spot if you don't mind sitting by the barrel. It's the remaining original member of Casey and the Syphilitic Hog. You suggest to the beggars that they switch signs once in a while, just to see if anybody's paying attention. Okay. And a bouncer. A large, oddly shaped fellow stands by the door of Casimir's.
Me, Tor. Who are you?
Stonebender. Jake Stonebender.
You bend stone. Me break stone.
Yes, the similarities between your mind and cottage cheese are obvious. What's the cover charge?
Tonight, curse night. Must have curse. Get in free.
So it's
a curse night. Must have curse. Okay. Anyone else out here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go into that not Starbucks. Star Bucharest's. You follow the scent of freshly brewed coffee into Star Bucharest's and immediately grab a seat at the only empty table. Appears to be a large glass jar filled with penny candy.
Would you like some penny candy?
What kind is it?
Mostly penny. She was such a sweet little girl. Too bad about her.
A nosy man. The man at the counter looks utterly normal. He must be lost. You begin to start a conversation with the man. He looks at you and starts to speak in a friendly and conversational tone about the lights he saw in the sky last night. Suddenly, his neck begins to bulge, and a purplish-green tentacle snakes out of his mouth and slaps him across the face a few times. Then it slips back into his mouth and down his throat. Chastened, he immediately grows sullen and turns away from you. Wolfbane plant. That's odd. You so rarely see wolfbane in bloom this time of year. You reach over and pluck a blossom off the wolfbane plant.
This isn't a real plant. It's silk.
The plant looks offended. Oh, we skipped that. Oh well. Might have been a nice joke. The refrigerated display case is stuffed with all sorts of fancy pastries.
Wow, what have we here?
Let's see. We have a delicious blueberry grunt. We have apple pandowdy, blackberry fool, plum slump, peach doofus, apricot grump, cranberry wince, nectarine smartass, and boysenberry chomp.
What's in the boysenberry chump?
Butylated hydroxytoluene, calcium sodium
It just goes over the chemicals.
sodium sulfosuccinate, mono and diglyceride, propylene glycol, and sorbitan monosterate.
Any boysenberries?
I'd have to check.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'll take a pass.
The pound cake.
I see you're admiring our pound cake. We get that fresh every week.
What's in it?
This week, I'm not sure. We don't bake it on the premises. They just send it over from the pound.
Oh, God. I guess that is pound cake. Cake looks like it bites back. A layer cake. That's the Whitaker Special Black Forest Cake with shrimp, cherry shrimp, chocolate cherry shrimp, and chocolate shrimp with cherries. You tend to distrust any dessert that has antennae. Carrot cake.
That's our delicious carrot and hashish cake.
Carrot and hashish
I
cake.
don't care for carrots and cake.
Nobody does. That's why we put in the hashish. One bite and you don't care it's cake.
You shouldn't eat anything around here once you know for a fact what's in it. Plants. The poison sumac is looking especially healthy. Someone here must have a black thumb. Pulling your sleeve up over your hand so as to avoid getting a painful rash, you awkwardly reach over and...
Hey, this isn't really poison sumac, it's silk.
Yeah, but we rub real poison sumac all over it to give that extra touch of authenticity. Try it yourself.
Water.
You're supposed to water silk plants until they start to wilt.
The merchandise.
Aren't you lucky? We just did inventory yesterday. That cabinet currently holds 22 boxes of paper filters, 3 gold metal filters, 14 mugs, 20 jars of pistachio-flavored creamer, 5 varieties of seasonal Celeste teas, 3 lemon just missed, 8 Emperor's Folly, 600 orange fungus, and 2 morning thunder thighs. 20 coffee makers and 10 unlabeled tea strainers.
That's a lot of junk. Pensive man. Sitting at the next table is a man who looks as if he's doing some heavy thinking. You try to engage the man in conversation. He mutters something about this place needing a parking lot. An energetic, middle-aged woman fusses behind the counter.
Yes?
Hi, I'm Jake.
I don't need your whole life story. Can I get you something?
What's open around here at this time of night?
It's early in the evening, not a lot's open yet. Cass's opens early, they'll be open. The 5 and 10 might be open. The First Banny Bank of Loch Lomond used to be open, but they went under.
That's too bad.
Nah, that should have been buried a long time ago. They had a free chicken accounts, but the stench of rotten flesh was enough to turn a rat's appetite.
Any other places?
Let me think. There's Horman's World of Spurtin' Goods, but that's all the way out in the hill and back around by the south entrance.
Any others?
Well, it's always fun to go to the unsafe way, but I think they're closed for inventory, and they try to find out how much they've lost lately due to spoilage or rats or just vanishing.
They lose a lot of groceries, do they?
No employees.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Well, you got your Kinko's copies, but now this town's got more copies of Kinko's running around than we know what to do with.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Well, there's the microbrewery at the other end of town, Big Purple Brews, but it's kind of dangerous. A lot of maniacs and murderers.
I've never heard of Big Purple Brews.
Oh, you know the ones. If you can't do the time, we've got the beer.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I got customers.
Oh.
Yeah, hon.
Do you sell any normal coffee here? Like, if I just wanted a plain old cup of coffee?
No.
No.
Yeah, hon.
I'd like to ask about franchise opportunities.
Welcome to the Star Bucharest team.
Wait a minute, I don't...
You've just made the decision to change your life for the better, starting right now. Star Bucharest is the fastest growing coffee retailer in Romania, except for 2 others.
Except for 2 others.
Yeah, hon.
How many people live in this town, anyway?
Well, it depends on how you define the boundaries, but basically about 400 people are actually living here.
Boundaries between neighboring towns?
No, boundaries between what's actually living and what's not. Yeah, hon.
You know a guy named Piotr?
Tall, thin, blonde guy?
No.
Oh, the short, heavy-set guy with the frizzy red hair.
No. This guy's medium build, medium height, dark hair, fangs.
Sorry. I know a lot of Piotrs, but none of them are medium anything.
Okay. A yellowed sign with flourishy script hangs on the wall behind the counter. We reserve the right to refuse service to antibodies. A bunch of bins. Sign on this bin says Florescu.
Excuse me, but could you tell me what's in Florescu?
It's chock full of nuts.
The coffee or the town?
Yes.
Yes. According to the sign, these beans are for molten lava mocha java.
What's the molten lava mocha java?
Habanero flavored espresso brewed at 500 degrees. And of course, I'm now obligated by my insurance company to warn you that the coffee is served very hot.
The label describes this as a bin of 4 Orient.
What's Orient?
Chinese coffee beans brewed as espresso and topped with a dollop of fresh mortar.
I've never seen that.
Fresh mortar.
You've never seen mortar on an Orient espresso?
Mortar on Orient espresso. Jeez. This bin is marked decappuccino beans.
What's decappuccino?
Cappuccino without a head on it.
Cappuccino without a head on it. Label on this bin says rare U-bun roasted.
Excuse me, are these beans rare or roasted?
Both.
You notice a small tag on the floor in front of the bin. You pick it up and look at it. It says, exclusively roasted for his royal emirship. You wave the tag at the clerk.
Is this rare U-band for Alamalyev?
How many times have you used that line before, hon?
Dope.
These beans are labeled ha-ha beans.
What do you do with ha-ha beans?
We brew ha-ha.
Brew ha-ha?
Ha-ha-ha. This bin of beans is Babel. This bin of beans is marked Toreador beans.
What do you make out of Toreador beans?
Cafe au lait.
This bin is marked has beans. You ask if they're any good. She says they were. Okay, I think that's all of them. And a quiet woman. This woman's eyes reflect a bleak, careworn spirit.
Yes?
Excuse me for interrupting. My name is Jake.
It's nice to meet you, Jake.
She offers her hand and you shake it gently. Her skin is cool and dry.
What are you drinking?
This. It's a private blend they make for me here. Would you care to try some?
Maybe.
Maybe. Depending on what.
On what's in it, I guess.
I don't want to prejudice you. What's in it doesn't matter as long as you like the taste.
You have to be careful about catching things these days.
I see. Yes.
Are you alone?
Yes.
Would you prefer me to leave you that way?
She shrugs.
Yes.
I'm looking for a gentleman named Piotr.
She hesitates, then shakes her head.
I'm sorry, I don't know anybody named Piotr.
I'm given to understand it's a common name here.
It is a common name. I know several Piotrs in Brazov. I just don't happen to know of any in town. Yes.
Are you positive you don't know of Piotr? Moved to the United States? Used to live in Castle Florescu?
She hesitates again, and this time the silence speaks the answer before she can.
Yes, I believe I knew a Piotr who lived in Castle Florescu. But this was a long time ago, and he hasn't lived in Romania in over half a century. Well, in a long time. Yes.
This town is whacked.
That's very descriptive. What does it mean?
It means it's Cucamonga. It's Looney Tunes. It's flipped. I'm freaking. I'm blown away.
I'm sorry, what language are you speaking?
What language are you speaking?
There's a long silence here, which we are condensing through the magic of advanced electronics.
Well, perhaps it just loses something in translation.
Must be. It means I find it highly unusual.
What could be unusual about Florescu?
We have stories about people in places like these. Somewhat. But they're considered fantasy.
We have stories about America, too.
I didn't say I was an American. How did you know I was an American? Because we're speaking English?
Because you have a very American accent.
Curses. Just when I thought I was going to get a straight answer about this. It means I want to go home.
If you were not born here, it would take you a long time to understand our ways.
I've known Piotr for a long time. I still know hardly anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a paste wax shine. Okay, I think that's all we can do with the woman. Is Vlad magazine. That's good. The preppy-looking man is smiling at the article, sucking chest wounds we'd really like to see. The preppy-looking man looks at you with one eye, and with the other continues to read the magazine. This effectively creeps you out and convinces you to leave this guy alone. Yeah. Now that's a paste wax shine. A grizzled gentleman back there. An amiable gentleman sits chortling at the article he's reading over the man from Vlad's shoulder. One day at the burn center. He's also swilling a cup of strong coffee with a handful of dead flies in it. Lucky guy's got the latest issue of Lad magazine with the what? Me bloodthirsty kid in the cover. Man, remember when Mad magazine was a big thing? Like, I remember I would go down to the library after school, and I had to wait to, like, get picked up, I think, if I remember right. So I would be in there, like, doing work, and if I didn't have homework, I'd, like, take a look at the periodicals they had there. Like, sometimes they'd have Electronic Gaming Monthly. That was one of the first ones I would look for to see if they had a new one out. And they also tended to have Mad magazines, so I would read some of them sometimes. It was kind of funny to me at the time. I don't know how well it would hold up, though. And, like, it was never, like, laugh out loud funny to me, but it would let me smile a bit. Okay, let's talk to the grizzled gentleman. You ask the gentleman about his coffee, and he tells you it's his favorite. A steaming cup of Canna Fly now. This man is downing his sandwich with mucho gusto. You ask the gentleman what he's eating, and he tells you it's one of the house specials. Hindenburgers. Hold the humanity. Yeah. So they would have a lot of sort of parody comics of different things. Like, I remember I had like a smallish collection of the Star Trek parodies that they did. And it was kind of funny to me at the time, but it's very much in this sort of line of humor, like this there's this sort of optimistic streak to the humor that sort of it's really hard to find anymore after I think the cutoff point was like 9/11, where like humor started getting a lot more cynical. But yeah, it was an interesting time. So let's see what else is around here. Oh, that looks like a thing. Is it a thing? Yeah, there's some chalk on the board. It's on the blackboard. Today's specials are listed on a chalkboard. The special brews here are scrolled on the blackboard. Decappuccino, Cafe au Flog, Depresso, Frenchman Roast, and Hazelnut, sprinkled with real pieces of hazel. Giant stick of chalk was used to create the menu of specials. Let's take it. Yeah, we can take the chalk. Nice. Okay. I think we've looked at pretty much everything else here. All right. Let's see. What do we do next? Oh, hey. There's some more people out. Dowager, one of the local gossip mongers, is having a gab fest. This is a potluck gab fest. Everyone who wants to join has to bring some hot dish. You wouldn't fit in. Yeah, we don't have anything juicy enough. Well, I said we could sit by this barrel, so we can always do that. But it looks like there are like a few more people out. Dandy. This well-dressed creep has disturbingly red eyes. Probably from staring at his monitor lizard for too long. You begin to speak to him when you realize he's talking to himself, in a voice like chalk on fingernails. Rather than submit yourself to that sort of oral, tactile punishment, you quickly reverse gear. Let's sit next to the barrel. The other beggars say, that's usually Cameron's spot, but he has the night off. Go ahead and try your luck. You take them at their word and squat next to the barrel. Okay, what do we do here? This is an ornate box painted with florid designs and glossy colors. It says we can wear it. You put the box on your head. The box on your head, you can see squat.
It's hot in here. It's tropical.
Okay. But we can write on this.
This is really uncomfortable.
Oh, I think we have to take this off then. Or is it in the inventory? Don't see it. Oh, here we go. You still can't see anything, but in the dim light it appears to bystanders, even those very close, that there is no head on their shoulders, only an empty box. You hear one of the beggars mumble to the other. He's got great technique, but he doesn't know how to close a sale.
I'm starting to feel claustrophobic.
Okay. Remove it. Okay, I have an idea, though. We were able to write on this, so... Ooh, we have some options here. Write what? You will choose the 7 of spades. Signs point to yes. Irma shave. Will sing for food. Stick on the inside where it doesn't show. The end is near. Matthew 7:15. My child is on the honor roll at Edwood High. Help, I'm too sarcastic for my own good. Learn to play guitar. 20 Bonnie an hour. Help, my dog up and died. He up and died. Help, I have no head. X different strokes cast member. Okay, we're gonna say we have no head. Here we go. You scroll a message on the slate. You and these magic slates have never met before today, right? Okay. So what do we do with that? Maybe if we just have that, it'll work. Let's wear this. Let's open the box. You reach around front and open the flaps. You still can't see anything, but in the dim light it appears to bystanders, even those very close, that there is no head on your shoulders. When passers-by begin to comment, a few of them actually gasp, "Oh my, this one is the most pitiful of all." You give him money, he'll just spend it on... on what? Hats? He's a fake. He had a head a minute ago. Yeah, but you gotta give him an A for execution. You hear the footsteps receding. After a few moments, you close the box and remove it. Then you collect the coins and stand up again. Hey, we got some Bonnie. Got a goodly number of Bonnie. Enough to get you anything you might need. Hey. Lots of people out now. The bounty hunter, that's new. This dull-witted, heavily armed tough is wandering in the streets, keeping his eyes cast low to the ground. You ask the muscular moke what he's looking for, and he tells you that he survives on a diet of nocturnal orcs, grus, and gnomes. In other words, he's merely out for a midnight stroll. Talked to that hag before. So I don't think you'll let me in if I don't have a curse. You walk up to the entrance, but the bouncer puts out a hand to stop you.
Me not know you. Show curse mark.
Pardon me?
Tonight, curse night. Must have curse.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Otherwise, no admittance.
Okay, so we gotta get cursed, or convincingly fake a curse. Oh, there's a golem out now. Shambling, quivering hulk of presumably a man looks as if his buffer overflowed a long time ago. You attempt to strike up a conversation with the golem. He turns to you and his mouth shifts around with ugly grinding and crunching sounds. When you're made out of dirt, it's hard to enunciate well enough to carry on a conversation. A critter here. The smoke in the grass has been partying for hours and is starting to show it. Apparently this evening has really drained the lizard. He introduces himself as Salamander, anaconda strange creature he is. A one-time member of Riptile and the Mamba Kings. He axolotl questions. This is where you came on. Look at the merkin. This is the guy you want to have around when you need to get the last olive out of the jar. You ask the bearded gent what his profession is. He tells you that he's a town lobotomist and he doesn't even need an ice pick. Okay, So we need a curse. Maybe the bouncer knows where we can get one.
Me Tor. Who you?
What's this?
Here we go.
Curse to get in.
Must have mark of curse.
Where do I get a curse mark?
Old gypsy. Woman. Gypsy.
So just so you know, do not call Roma gypsy. That is a slur. This is in the time where that wasn't very well known. A lot of people used it without thinking, but yeah. That word, it's a slur. So be nice, reconsider using it if you use it. Okay, so we need to find them. Let's think. Maybe the driver knows where the gypsy, sorry, the Roma is. I'm not gonna use their word.
Hey, this is my trap, it is. You want to drive, get your own blooming trap. Bloody foreigners.
Well, you're not from around here, are you? You've got a British accent.
Oh, it's a put-on. I'm as Transylvanian as a lot of them. It's good for business, though. Makes them feel, you know, continental.
All right, all right.
Where are we off to, sir? If you say so, sir. She's a bit of a skank, sir. But I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating maggots, if you know what I mean. Right. Off then.
The driver heads to the outskirts of town. The further you ride, the less frequent the buildings become, giving way to untended forms with ramshackle farmhouses and barns that lean impossibly one way or the other. Soon the forms themselves become more sparse, then vanish altogether. The ground is covered by a low-lying fog, but the sounds and smells emanating from the mist paint a picture you're just as happy not to see. Thick, gassy bubbles bursting on the surface of stagnant bogs, startlingly loud cracks of peculiarly large frogs, the occasional soft splashing of some poor animal being pulled under by a snake or crocodile or other aquatic predator, and the insects, whose droning is occasionally punctuated by soft thuds as they hurl themselves against the windows of your carriage. Barely visible amidst the mist are trees in twisted and agonized shapes and patches of cattails that suddenly rustle as if something is moving through them. Once in a while, you catch a glimpse of two red eyes staring at you from low to the ground. You pass a sign that says, "Next swamp gas, 2 miles," and a few minutes later, Roma Services next right. None too soon for your taste, the driver takes a gentle right turn, shuts off the horses, and is silent. Shuts off the horses. Deciding that this is your cue, you uncertainly emerge from the trap, trying to peer through the swirling tendrils of vapor on the ground to make sure it's solid. You test it with your foot. It's hard, packed dirt. You stand up and immediately see the old gypsy, the old Roma woman, silhouetted on the window of her brightly lit wagon. Slowly, you walk over until you're standing directly in front of her.
So, when was the last time you had a haircut? You look like a girl. No wonder you're not married again already. What kind of woman wants a guy with longer hair than hers? Ugh, don't even get me started.
Okay. Alright, so we need the curse mark. So how do we do that? Just talk with her, maybe? Okay.
Wait, don't tell me I know it already. Your name is Jay. No, Jake. Jake Smokeenders. Jake Smokeenders. Am I right?
Jake Smokeenders.
Very close. It's Jake Stonebender.
Oh, please, it's the same thing. So, who sent you?
Tor sent me.
Oh, Tor, so sad about him. He was such a nice boy. But now, ugh.
I know. I'd like to get into Casimir's, but they want me to have a curse mark.
And? So, show him your curse mark.
I don't have a curse mark, I don't think.
Why not?
I'm not cursed.
You're not? Well, so you'll go to Casimir's another night.
How do I get cursed?
Ugh, you'll ruin your life. Forget about it. Stay uncursed if you can.
Okay.
So?
I'd like to get into...
And?
I don't have...
Why not?
It fell down between the couch cushions and I couldn't find it.
And you vacuumed it up, didn't you?
Probably, yeah.
See, that's why I say if it comes off, bring it back to me and get it properly rerouted. Otherwise, there's a replacement charge. Did you get it from me? I'll look in the book.
Yes, it was a long time ago. You probably don't remember.
She takes the ledger from off the shelf and begins to thumb through it.
What did it look like?
It was either a geometric design or an animal of some sort.
There's 100 of those. You can't narrow it down a little?
It was either an orange star or a yellow moon or a pink heart.
She reaches for her ledger and spends 10 minutes looking for your name under the stars, moons, and hearts. Finally, grimly, she slams the ledger shut and puts it back on the shelf.
Nothing. Well, what's your case? I'll get you a new one.
Werewolf, maybe?
I'm a werewolf.
The gypsy woman holds out her hands. You lay your palm in hers.
What are you looking for?
If you were a werewolf, you would have the pentagram, the 5-pointed star upon your palm. Which needs washing, by the way.
She drops your hand.
Besides, have you seen any wolfbane in bloom?
We need a pentagram and... We need the wolfsbane. Okay. Okay. Maybe there's something in werewolves we can use. Any pentagrams around? A rack full of temporary tattoos hangs up on the wall. They depict body parts, reptiles, insects, vehicles, and various geometric shapes. Interesting. Ooh, they have a pentacle. We can just buy one. You ask the clerk for one of the tattoos. You buy a pentacle tattoo.
You know how to get these off?
Soap and water?
You have to chew off the part of your body that's got the tattoo. Here, put one on your foot and I'll show you how to do it.
No.
No. You wisely decide not to put the tattoo on in front of the clerk. Okay. I think that's all we need. Got wolfsbane, and we got... I think this counts as... yeah. Okay. Let's go back.
Where are we? To the old gyp...
Alright. Let's wear this. Trying to remain casual and cavalier, you read the instructions on the back of the package, then pull open the plastic. Licking your palm in an ironically animalistic fashion, you will then press the tattoo against your hand and hold it there for 30 seconds, applying even pressure. Finally, you peel off the backing and blow gently on the beautiful, perfect tattoo.
I like it.
Yes.
So?
I think I'm a werewolf. See?
Is that a lovely pentagram? They're usually just a lot of little whiteheads in sort of a five-pointed star shape. But this is beautiful.
Yep, very real.
Did you see his pentagram?
I saw it. It's beautiful.
What else do I need?
I'm not so sure the wolfbane is in bloom.
You pull out the wolfbane blossom and hand it to the gypsy.
Wonderful. You have any silver?
I'm not sure.
Try me.
Will these do?
You give the palming coins to the gypsy, and her eyes sparkle.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She makes an entry into her ledger and then takes a jar off the shelf. It's filled with a blackish-brownish flesh-like putty. She molds it carefully for several minutes, using a toothpick for fine details. Pointing a spot on your temple with a thick green pungent-smelling liquid, she presses the little curse mark upon your skin.
That shows it's working.
She shines a small, blue, high-intensity bulb at it for a few moments, then dabs away the excess green growth medium with her handkerchief.
Now listen to me. Don't get this wet for at least 4 hours. Don't pick at it. Usually that'll make it come off, but sometimes they burrow down to get away from your finger. And don't shave it. Now run along. Go to your bar or wherever it is you're going.
Thank you. See you later.
You will, you will.
Okay. Look at all the stuff she's got here.
Are those magic mushrooms?
For $14 a pound at the Safeway, they better be.
Seize the dried fungi. You try to reach past the old gypsy woman to take the mushrooms, but she grabs your wrist with an iron grip.
Hey, keep your hands off my shiitake.
Dried newts.
Well, I buy the freeze-dried because it keeps longer and I don't use so much these days, but the taste is not so good. Now, my homemade dried newt, That is a newt. In one of the old bottles, too. Biggest mistake they ever made was changing the formula. Come on, slug slime is slug slime. You don't mess with a good thing.
Right. Dog hair.
Oh, that dog hair? That's good dog hair. That was my mother's recipe. Here, smell it.
No, thank you.
What's the matter? Smell it. Go on.
I don't think I'd like the smell.
How will you ever know if you don't try it?
Okay. Say, this is good dog hair.
Don't tell anyone. A little bit of dill.
A little bit of dill.
This is my last bottle. We're expecting another shipment tomorrow or Monday. Take my advice. Wait till next week. I'm making a batch of my own dried newt for my nephew Theodore's bar mitzvah.
Is that a crystal ball?
No, it's a snow globe from the Seattle-Tacoma airport. Dummy, certainly it's a crystal ball. I like to gaze. And I don't mean at the future. You ever see Sliver?
Yes.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, this is a family heirloom. But it's not so hard to find one just like it. You just have to buy the right comic book. That's my younger boy, the mad doctor. And you should see the grandchildren. 5 of them I've got now. I just wish one of them had been a girl. Or a boy.
Is that a Stradivarius?
Is that a Stradivarius? What else? Well, the string's a genuine Stradivarius. And by that I mean that's not catgut.
Okay. I don't think she has anything else for us. But we got the curse.
I'll be waiting here for you, sir. Now enjoy! Enjoy!
Alright. We should be able to get in here now.
You have curse mark?
You probably show him your curse mark. He examined it closely and is evidently satisfied because he steps aside and holds the door open for you. Huh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I think it's frozen. Oh. That's too bad. Well, that's okay. I can do this again myself. And it will be ready for next stream. I think this was a solid stream anyways, so yeah. Unfortunately, that means we will have to end for today. But went a solid, 3.5 hours. I think that's pretty solid. And that was pretty fun. I enjoy the humor in this game. I'm hoping that I will be able to, I'm hoping that that isn't going to happen consistently, that I will be able to get past that on my own time, so I can continue streaming this game. If I can't, we'll unfortunately have to end for now until I can see if I can fix it, maybe. I can mess with, DOS box settings and stuff. But yeah. That was today's stream of Callahan's Crosstime Saloon. And in my own time, I'm going to see if I can get back to that point and continue. And if we don't get a freeze, then we will be continuing this next week. Otherwise, we'll move on to something else. Okay. Thank you for watching the stream. Have a great remainder of Wednesday. It's been gay. Goodbye.